In a bullish sign for India's economy, the government says tax collections under the Goods and Services Tax or GST remain strong despite significant cut to rates. In this next report, we dive into the details. Take a look. India managed to eke out a small rise in its GST collection last month despite significant cuts to the tax rates. October marked the slowest pace of revenue growth compared to an average growth rate of 9%. Still, according to the latest figures, the centre expects only a marginal shortfall. On September 22nd, the government implemented sweeping structural reforms to the GST regime. Rates on nearly 99% of taxed items were cut. The multi-layer tax structure was simplified from 4 slabs to 2. The current GST tax slabs are 5% and 18%, plus a special 40% for select items. Despite the tax cuts, the government collected 1.96 lakh crore rupees in GST for October, marking a jump of 4.6% from a year ago. That robustness gives the Finance Ministry confidence that any shortfall from the 2026 budget GST revenues will be manageable and modest. The strength in collections is being driven by healthy domestic consumption. For example, two-wheeler sales in October surged. Motorcycles saw a 16% jump, while scooters showed a 7% increase. Passenger vehicle volumes hit a record in October, jumping over 17% from a year ago. Festivals like Dussehra, Dhanteras, Diwali and Chhath Puja boosted the demand further last month. Timing played a part too. The GST reforms were launched just before the festive season, helping boost consumption, which in turn supported tax revenue. Collections typically spiked during festival months. Still, the momentum is encouraging, and government finances are expected to be fine. According to economists at ICRA, the overall fiscal deficit target of 4.4% of GDP for next year remains achievable. New compliance measures also kicked in from November 1st. That includes stricter verification for GST registrations and physical checks for high-risk cases. The measures are aimed at plugging revenue leakages and fake billing. However, a note of caution. Officials and analysts say once the festive season passes, collections might soften. The true trend will become clearer post-December when numbers settle. Prateek Jain, partner at Price Waterhouse, said, despite massive rate cuts effective from September 22, a slight increase in domestic GST collection is encouraging and shows that demand is steadily increasing. Consistent increase in GST refunds shows confidence of tax administration that GST collections would show positive trend in the future as well. Next month's data would have the full impact of GST cuts and would be keenly awaited. Everyone will keep a close eye on how this plays out to see if the government's decision to encourage demand is a boon or bust. Business Bureau, WION World is One.